This episode is going to be all about arrow functions, and we are going to start off with a basic function expression, post which we'll try to convert the function expression to an arrow function, post which we'll be looking at all the possible syntaxes that are associated with an action function. So let me start off by creating a basic function expression, and this is going to be const of vehicle is equals to function of this. This is how a basic function expression is going to look like. And now let me also try to add a console message here. This is a red car with 4 wheels. Let me give it a save and let me try to invoke this right from the console panel. And if I try to invoke the function which is vehicle in this case, it is going to log this. Now let me try to convert the function expression to an arrow function. So I'm going to remove function here and I'm going to add an arrow here, and this is how it is going to look like. Let me test it back in the Visualforce page. And this time when I try to invoke the method which is vehicle, it is going to log us the same output. There is no change in the output when you compare with the output that we have seen earlier. And there is one more nifty feature in arrow functions, which is if the body of the function has got one statement in it, then you can simply ignore the curly braces here. So I'm going to remove this, I'm going to remove this, and I'm going to get this to the same line like this. I'm going to save this. Let me try to invoke this function right from the console panel here, which is going to be vehicle, and it should show us the same output. There you go, no change in the output. So this is how, if the body of the function is having one statement, you can get rid of the curly braces. And followed by that, there is something called explicit written. And what I mean by that is, let me undo this. If this statement is the written statement, something like this. This is a red car with 4 wheels. Just because we have one statement within the body of the function, we can get rid of the curly braces like this. And also this, I'm going to get this to the same line. And after that, the concept of implicit written is we can get rid of the written keyword here when we have only one statement in the body of the function, and if that statement has got written in it, we can simply get rid of it. I'm going to save this. Let me try to invoke this method from the console panel, and we should get the same output, which is going to be vehicle. There you go, we get the same output, no change in the output. This is what our implicit written is all about. Now let us look at how to pass parameters to this arrow function. As a part of that, I'm going to invoke the function first. So it's going to be vehicle, and then I'll have to pass 3 arguments here, which is going to be type, which is car in this case. Followed by that, we need to pass the color, which is red in this case. And followed by that, we need to pass the number of wheels, which is 4 in this case. Now that we are passing the arguments here, we need to receive them here, and hence the parameters are going to be, this is type, and this is going to be color, and this is going to be wheels. Let me try to change this a bit. I'll remove and I'll try to make use of backticks, and this is going to be, this is a color, and followed by that type with wheels of wheels. In fact, let me also try to log this. So this is going to be console.log of vehicle of all the arguments. So it is going to invoke this function, and it is going to log the data that is being written, which is this in this case. Let me give it a save. Let me quickly test it. There you go, we have this message which is getting logged, which is, this is a red car with 4 wheels, which means we were able to pass the arguments from here, receive the parameters here, and we were able to successfully embed the dynamic values and return it successfully. This is how arrow functions are going to accept the parameters. And in case we are trying to send only one argument, let us say car in this case, and the arrow function is going to look like this. In case our function is like this, then as long as there is only one parameter, we can even get rid of these parentheses like this. Let me give it a save. Try to refresh it. There you go. It logs the message. So the gist is, if you have one parameter, then you can get rid of the parentheses also. And the next variant is, what if you wanted to return an object and not a string? In that case, let me get rid of this. Let me try to send 3 arguments here. Car, and then color is going to be red. Number of wheels will be 4. And since we are accepting multiple parameters here, I need to wrap everything within parentheses like this. This is going to be type, color, and then wheels. And since we are trying to return an object, everything should be wrapped within curly braces like this, and the value should be in the format of key value pairs, hence type. So the key here is type, and the value is what we are receiving here, which is type once again, which is this. And then color is the key, value is the parameter name, which is color. And then wheels is the key, value is the name of the parameter, which is wheels. I'm going to paste it here. But you need to wrap everything within parentheses. That is because if you don't do it, it considers this and this curly braces as the opening and closing of the body of the function. Hence, we need to wrap everything within parentheses like this. Let me give it a save and let us test the output once. So we get the object, which is color as red, type as car, wheels as 4. And one more nifty feature that we have in arrow functions is, if the key and value have the same name, then you can just get rid of this and you can have the notation like this, and color is going to be like this, and wheels is going to be like this. Let me give it a save and let us check the output once. There should not be any change in the output. There you go. We have color as red, type as car, wheels as 4. So these are a few things that you had to know about arrow functions. That's all for this session, and I'll call it a day.